All right, Gary, it's live. So, you know, I mean, the game's not starting for a few minutes, but anybody can watch it.
Generally, you like to keep it about the top of the backboard or just above the top?
Yeah, it's just because with the graphics on the bottom
That's what
there,
I'm saying. So yeah, give me
maybe a little higher than that. Because if it, yeah, right there. Is it balanced well? Like, does it
kind of lock
slide that back a little? So if you want to lock that in, just keep there by that one. Yeah, that's a good shot. Okay. And where did Farson's coach?
We'll see if I can run on that.
Welcome to the Cody Lundgren Coaches Show, brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. That's 435-779-0012. Farson-Eden this morning already took on the Star Valley JV team and won by 3, 36-33. The Rebels on a 3-0 win streak with wins over Providence Hall and then yesterday against Little Snake River and Saratoga. And no one sees the game the way the coaches do, so we'll talk with first Farson-Eden's head coach John Watterson, and then we'll talk to Rebel head man Cody Lundgren and get his thoughts on how he hopes his team will beat the Pronghorns this afternoon at KEMMERER. This afternoon. That's comfort. We've got all that and more when we return on Rich Rebel Basketball on KEQFM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Farson coach is at the front door waiting.
Oh, is he? Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. rules or don't follow the rules. My gosh, this isn't like church ball. I looked right at it. I don't know, give him a second chance, ref. Jeez. That's clean. Get her off! Get her off! Call that! Nice take, Brett.
Staple has a Rebel rebound. Kendall turns and runs. She's not one to slow things down. Another perfect screen by Hatch, and this time it's Tingy with the finish on the left side.
Rich Rebel girls basketball is on.
Brown follows a screen inside right post. She missed the first shot, got her own board, and put it back up and in.
Coming off a second consecutive third-place finish at state, the Rebels return for the 2019-2020 season, with sights taking it to the next level.
Walentine, left corner three, her third triple of the quarter.
Coach Cody Lundgren returns for his 5th season on the bench.
She gets the pass to the right corner, three-point shot off the back of the iron, just missed by inches, but Brown chases down the Rebel rebound.
And with the athletes, the experience, and the will to win, the Rebels are ready to run.
Staple drives and floats from the left baseline and hits it.
MyLocalRadio.com presents Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 Rebel Radio, with live streaming video at MyLocalRadio.com.
JC goes free throw line. Hatch pulls the trigger and knocks it down. Sydney Hatch with the bucket.
Rich High School Hoops is presented by Evanston Regional Hospital, Plains Tire of Evanston, by Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, by Come On In of Casper, Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitor Bureau, The Store, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Rebound, Rebels go the other way. Allie Walentine, perfect screen by Sydney Hatch. She just screened off the defense, and Allie finished on the left side with the drive.
And now, Rebel Roundball fans,
The Staple baseline jumper is good.
put on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on the Rebels.
Hatch stuffs it. Sydney Hatch having a great couple of series.
As we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Good afternoon. Welcome to KEMMERER. We're actually at the Fossil Classic, and not at Kemmerer High School, but at Canyon Elementary School, where some of the games at this Fossil Classic are being played. Currently, the Rebel JV team leading the Kemmerer JV 43-9, and the Rebel varsity team will take the court to face the Farson-Eden Pronghorns. Following this game, our tip-off is set for 3 o'clock. In the meantime, we've got your pregame show, including the Christopher Staple family scene set when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Back at Canyon Elementary School for today's game, Rich versus Farson-Eden. This is Ryan Steineckert, the Rebel JV team, leading big 45-9 against the Kemmerer JV squad. And it's time for your scene set of the varsity action. Our scene set is brought to you by the Christopher Staple family, Sunshine, and the family wishing the Rebels good luck throughout the season. And looking real quickly first at the Rich Rebels, coming in scoring 51 points a game and allowing 38 per contest. The Rebels are 10-2. coming into this game, and on a 3-game winning streak with recently those 3 wins over Providence Hall, and then yesterday against Little Snake River and Saratoga. A couple games that Little Snake River challenged the Rebels a bit, but a dominant win over Saratoga in the afternoon's game yesterday. The Rebels, again, they've won their last 3 by an average of 25 points, 57-32, the average score in those 3 wins. Farson-Eden Pronghorns come in at 5-5, and I don't know if it was an upset, but they beat Star Valley's JV team earlier today, and that was partly or some of the time without their leading scorer in Eiley Thorin, who will not play against the Rebels. She's sprained her ankle and just won't be available to play, as Coach John Watterson wants to save his team and prepare for next week's beginning of conference play. Either way, though, the Pronghorns have won 4 of their last 5. They come in scoring just under 37 points a game, allowing 41 per game, and had a low scoring. It was a defensive battle with the Star Valley JV, 36-33. The Pronghorns held on for the win. And Farson-Eden, the number 5 ranked team in 1A Wyoming basketball. Of course, that's early, and it's coaches voting, and so and some media voting on that as well. Not sure how much to look into that, if anything. No state titles in the Pronghorns' history. They play in the 1A Southwest Conference. Last year went 21-9 overall, and then 1-2 at the state tournament. Lost in the semifinals against Cokeville before, and they actually gave Cokeville its toughest game of the season, or of the state tournament. Cokeville went on to win the title, and the Pronghorns of Farson-Eden only lost to Cokeville by 2, 45-43, but then lost in the 3rd and 5th place game against St. Stephen's. 9-15 the year before for Farson-Eden, and then 3 years ago, in 2016-17 season, they finished 3rd place with a win over Little Snake River in the 3rd and 5th place game. A close one, 51-50. And Farson finished that year 20-4. So they've done some good things. They've run a lot of, they've had some consistency at the coaching position. John Watterson in his first year taking over. And so a lot of things changing. They're inexperienced, they're young, but a good program that Coach Watterson, I think, already in his first year has things going in the right direction. And looking back at the history between these two teams, I couldn't find a time when Rich has played Farson-Eden. Now, again, my records on the Laketown Ledger only go back to the 2001-02 season, and Rich has not played Farson-Eden in that span, but they may have played prior to that. Rich and Farson-Eden coming up in the JV action. It's Rich leading 45-9, 34 seconds left in the 3rd. We'll continue on with our pregame show. This scene set was brought to you by the Christopher Staple family, wishing the Rebels the best. Standout student coming up in just a bit. We've got that standout student brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. And we'll have a chance to hear from Rich High School senior Alex Bell when we return on The Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. At Canyon Elementary in KEMMERER in the Fossil Classic, Rich taking on the Farson-Eden Pronghorns. Game time set for 3 o'clock. In the meantime, let's hear from one of the Rich High students, a senior on our standout student. Thanks so much, Alex. That's our Santa student, brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Stay tuned. We've got more of the pregame coming up. We'll talk with each of the coaches, John Watterson of Farson-Eden, Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebels. JV leads 49-12 in the fourth quarter on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
This is a Lady Rebel basketball coach, Cody Lundgren, and you're tuned in to the pregame show on Rebel Radio. Opening tip is less than 20 minutes away on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to the Cody Lundgren Coaches Show, brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. Farson-Eden this morning already took on the Star Valley JV team and won by 3. The Rebels on a 3-0 win streak with wins over Providence Hall and then yesterday against Little Snake River and Saratoga. And no one sees the game the way the coaches do, so we'll talk with Farson-Eden's head coach, John Watterson, and then we'll talk to Rebel head man Cody Lundgren and get his thoughts on how he hopes his team will beat the Pronghorns this afternoon. We've got all that and more when we return on Rich Rebel Basketball on KDQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com. You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
With John Watterson of the Farson-Eden Pronghorns. Coach, thanks for your time.
You bet. Glad to be here.
Tell me about yourself a little bit. Where'd you grow up, go to high school? How'd you end up coaching the Pronghorns?
I grew up in Farson. My whole life, kindergarten through senior year. I left Farson shortly after graduation for about 18 years, moved to Green River. I started the Wolfpack program there in Green River. It's an AAU program. Once my kids got in high school, my 2 boys, I wanted to move back to my roots, so I moved back, and we've been back in Farson for 4 years, and I took over the girls program this year. I coached with Rick with the state championship boys team last year, and the girls job come open, and I moved over with the girls this year.
How are the girls looking? We were talking before we pushed record on the recorder that you don't have a lot of varsity experience coming back.
I don't. We lost 6 seniors last year, 4th place state tournament team, so we're rebuilding. I've got Eiley coming back with pretty much the only varsity experience. I got 2 sophomores starting right now. We're just young and inexperienced. We're scrappy, but we're changing our offense. We're changing our defense, which has been run forever up there. So it's going to take time. You know, we've got 4 wins in the season. I'm happy with where we're at right now. We just a lot of young mistakes that'll get fixed.
Despite all that lack of experience and everything else you just mentioned, I think you're getting some respect from around the state. Wild Preps had you at number 5 in the latest rankings, and I think you're the number 2 shooting percentage team in 1A.
Yes, them rankings right now, you know, I'm sure it's we're in Utah too. You just don't see enough teams. You know, we get teams on one side of the state playing each other some lesser teams. You know, we started the season. Our first weekend was against 4 3A schools. Then we went up to and we went played in a tournament where we played 2 2A schools and 2 1A schools. We come home 3-1 from that. Then we took 3 weeks off. And with young players, 3 weeks is a long time. Yesterday we come in, we struggled a little bit, trying to get our feet back underneath us. But everything I'm seeing is just young, you know, and I think the coaches around the state say, hey, they're a pretty scrappy little team like that game we just played right now, you know, just scrappy, and there's some potential there. We just got to cure the young mistakes.
Tell me more about that game you just played with Star Valley's JV. You guys held on for the win.
Yes. Last night we went 9 for 31 from the free throw line. We missed, I think when I got home I went through the game, I think we missed 14 point blank in the paint shots. I look at that though and I see just young nerves. Everything I seen was just young mistakes. Like that game right there, just girls dug deep, our leaders stepped up. Like I said, I got two starters, my two leading ball players. They're hurting. I got one with a grapefruit-sized ankle. I got one with shin splints. She can barely get up. She gutted it out for this game. And the young girls followed along. I had a sophomore step up and hit a key free throw. So, they. I was pretty proud of them today.
I mean, the downside is you're missing those shots. The good side is you're getting those shots, right?
Exactly. And that was my big thing. I pointed out to them, hey, we're point blank. You know, we're getting open. They'll start falling when we get some confidence and some experience, you know. That was Star Valley's JV team, but, I mean, there's a couple juniors, a couple sophomores, and that's where I'm at. I've got all junior sophomores. You know, I got one senior, Anaya, and she stepped up and played that role, but she's never had that opportunity to do that role, so she's learning too. So key to us is just getting healthy. We come back, and right out of the get-go, I've got Brinley, shin splints, barely get off the floor. My leading scorer, my leader, Eiley, she's dealing with a bad ankle, so they won't. I'm not going to play them against Rich tonight, just because we start conference this week, and we got to get ready for conference. You know.
You got your priorities right. That's unfortunate for today's matchup, but you know that's what you got to do. Coach, you mentioned Rich, and you had a chance to watch them yesterday. Your thoughts on preparing to play the Rebels today?
I don't even know. It'd take me 2 weeks to get ready for the Rebels. The conference team we start with Friday night, that's who was playing Rich last night when I got to go in and watch. I went over to watch Snake, really, and I was amazed. Rich is loaded. They're inside out. They can go to 3 different styles of ball. They guard you from baseline to baseline. Very impressed with Rich County. And that's kind of key to me pulling those 2 starters to get ready. Where we're at right now, it's better off for me to rest them, get them ready for conference. Rich is just they're loaded. I could see Rich going a long way in Utah this year. They're tough.
John Watterson of the Pronghorns, Farson-Eden. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck today, and especially the rest of the season.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks. Good to see you.
JV team with a running clock going down the stretch, 57-17. Once a team gets up by more than 40 points in Wyoming, they do a mercy rule type thing, running clock. So JV team on its way to a dominant victory against the KEMMERER JV. Rebel varsity team taking on Farson-Eden shortly, thanks to John Watterson, a Jazz fan and a first-year head coach with Farson-Eden. He helped with the boys to a state title or a runner-up last year with Farson-Eden, and doing a good job so far with Farson-Eden's girls. We'll see how things go between the varsity teams when we return. We'll hear from Coach Cody Lundgren in a bit later on our T7 Propane in Woodruff, the Town and Country Realty Coaches Show. Stay tuned on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well-trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m. We invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Rebel JV team 3-0 this weekend. Went over Cokeville yesterday. It was the closest game over Cokeville's JV. Rich won, I think, by 15 or 16 points. And a dominant 41-point win over Farson-Eden, or over KEMMERER's JV this afternoon. The varsity team on the court, warming up, getting ready to roll. Farson-Eden already played one game today. They're a bit banged up, so a couple of their regular starters won't be available to play this one as they get prepared for conference play to start next week, much like the Rebels do, taking on or traveling down to Tabiona next Friday. But first, today's game, Rich versus Farson-Eden. We'll hear from Cody Lundgren when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com here on the Town and Country Realty Coaches Show.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
With Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebel girls basketball team. Coach, a couple of wins yesterday against 1A Wyoming opponents.
Yeah, the girls showed up to play and got the job done, and I saw a lot of good things where they were able to play together and start working together a lot more.
Little Snake River, they're kind of like a Tabiona. It's a tiny school, but they get a lot out of their girls.
Yeah, I thought the coach did a good job with them, and they played hard and gave us a good push. It was a good game for us to get rolling.
And as for Saratoga, you guys jumped out early and dominated.
Yeah, we defended them very well and got moving in the open court a little bit, and it was fun to see the girls having some fun out there.
On a 3-game win streak, and how much do you balance between, or where do you draw that line of, well, we're playing better, but maybe the competition isn't as good as like Bear Lake or South Summit?
It's a game of matchups always, Ryan, and the games that we have every night, we do our best to get better in those games and try to keep our focus on what we do.
Are you keeping track of or looking at any scores from other teams that have played this week and knowing what they're doing around the rest of 1A?
Yeah, last night was kind of a late night, so I didn't get to look at the scoreboards too much, but it looks like Region 20, it looks like those games are going back and forth every night, and it's still wide open in 1A. I think there's a lot of great teams, and it's going to be a great state tournament, I think.
How do you feel about the way your team is playing defense against those 2 games yesterday?
I feel very good about our defense. We're talking a lot, and we're denying well. We're putting a lot of pressure on the ball. At times, we're not blocking out on the defensive end to get a defensive rebound. So that's something we got to get better at. And then our backside rotation still needs to get a little bit better. So we're still working on those things.
We'll notice that a lot against Little Snake River. They're a very good rebounding team, number 1 in Wyoming 1A, and they took advantage of some of that sometimes with offensive rebounds.
Yeah, at times their offense got kind of compressed, and they about had 4 or 5 girls in the paint. And at that time, as the shot goes up, our girls, being so close to the basket, they're not clearing them out and creating space for the ball to drop to them. So the ball would go over our heads a lot yesterday, so we got to do a better job of that.
One thing I noticed against Saratoga, at least on my stat sheet, I think I had you guys with 7, maybe 8 turnovers. You really took care of the ball.
Yeah, we came out, against Little Snake River. We had a few turnovers in the first quarter, and we were playing kind of rough, but it got better as the game ended. And against Saratoga, they were putting pressure on us at times, almost too much. We were able to get to the basket easy because of that, but we took care of the ball very well, I felt.
Against Little Snake River, you had a bunch of early fouls, but it seemed like you adjusted well. Is that just different officiating that you have to adjust to?
Yeah, and we talk about that all the time. It's just like Coach Caller talks about it with the girls all the time. When you come out as a player, you're kind of in a rush to get up your first shot or whatever that may be. The referees are kind of the same way. So a lot of times they're in a rush to get their first foul calls up. So we got to do a better job at playing a little bit more conservative in that first quarter and letting the game get going, and then turn it up a little bit.
What do you know about your opponent today, Farson-Eden?
I don't know anything. I know they got one girl that's scoring around 18 points a game. Looks like she's a pretty good athlete. And other than that, I watched a little bit of film from them when they were playing in Lyman. So, they run some 1-3-1, they run some 2-3, and they like to push the ball up the floor. So we have to be ready to get back in transition.
Do you have any concern for your girls about having a lot of girls that played at least 2 games, some 4 games yesterday, and then we'll play a JV game today and another in the varsity?
The great thing about our program right now is we have a very deep bench. So if needs be, I can go all the way to my 15th girl on the bench, and I feel like I'll get great production out of them.
Coach, anything else we should touch on?
No, thanks, Ryan.
Cody Lundgren of the Rebels, thanks so much for your time. Good luck with the Pronghorns today.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach Lundgren. This has been the Coaches Show, brought to you by by Town and Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam today at 435-779-0012. That's Town and Country Realty, 435-779-0012. Well, if you're not ready for today's game, maybe Saturday chores not quite done yet, finish them up. You got 7 minutes till game time on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say, Go Ridge Rebels!
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
We're back on the pregame show at Canyon Elementary, the Fossil Classic. They've got games at Kemmerer High School, and there's 2 gyms there, the main gym, the auxiliary gym, and then the third gym for games at this tournament at Canyon Elementary. And quite frankly, I mean, it feels small, but for an elementary school, it's a good, nice facility and a good floor. It feels like a nice, good wood floor. And girls, of course, you got the baskets and backboards. What else do you need, right? The wood floor and then hoops. So getting forward in our pregame coverage, and let's jump into the Lake Town Ledger, brought to you by the town of Lake Town. Good luck to the Rebels from Mayor and Town Council of Lake Town. And looking at that town of Lake Town Ledger, I couldn't find a time that Rich has played Farson-Eden. Now, they may have met prior to the 01-02 season, but in the last 20 years, Rich has not played Farson-Eden. Again, matchup could have happened in the past, but this may be the first time that Rich has taken on the Pronghorns in girls basketball. So the series tied. No wins, no losses for either team. That's your Lake Town Ledger. Good luck from Mayor Burdett Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora White. And moving on to your Lazy BT brand keys of the game, brought to you by the Thompson Ranch. Number 1 is the golden rule: take care of the basketball. The rock is gold, and you got to take care of it. Number 2, contest shots, team defense. Now, one thing that Farson-Eden does well is team shooting. They're second in Wyoming 1A in field goal percentage, a combined 38% from the floor. That includes better than 40% from field goal or from 2-point range and almost 32% from 3-point range. It's a good shooting team, and Rich will have to close out, contest shots, and play good team defense. Number 3, battle the boards. That's always a key. That's always important to win that rebounding battle, and especially against a team like we've seen yesterday against Little Snake River. They got a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half, and that's also something that Coach Lundgren told me earlier today in our pregame interview during the Town & Country Realty Coaches Show was they've got to do a better job rebounding, especially keeping the opponent off of their off the offensive glass. So that's Battle of the Boards. Your keys of the game brought to you by the Thompson Ranch and the Lazy BT brand. Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. The Rebels a designated home team in this one, coming in at 51.5 points per game. That's second in Utah 1A. The only team scoring more points than Rich per game is number 1 in the RPI, Whitehorse. Rich allowing 38 points per game. That's an average win of 13.1 points. Farson-Eden comes in scoring 37 points a game, allowing 41 rather, a precise difference of minus 4.1. But they're 5-5 overall this season. And actually, that number not perfectly accurate. I figured those numbers prior to Farson-Eden beating the Star Valley JV team earlier today, 36-33. In a close, hotly contested, tight game that went down to the wire. And so Farson-Eden improves to 5-5 with that win. They are coached by John Watterson in his first season on the bench for the Farson-Eden Pronghorns as the head coach of the Pronghorns. And Rich, of course, coached by Cody Lundgren in his 5th season. They finished 7th in his first year, 5th in his second year, 3rd the past 2 years consecutively, and looking to make that next step, get to the championship game, and maybe bring home some hardware of the state title. That's what Rich is looking for this year. Rich in the home whites, as I mentioned. Pronghorns colors are green and gold with some white as well, and they'll be in the road greens with the white and gold trimming the uniforms and the shorts. It's your Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice. Old Chicago Pizza in Logan at 795 East, 1400 North. Delicious pizzas and more built from scratch. One delicious fresh ingredient at a time. Old Chicago Pizza in Logan. And if you haven't tried their Italian nachos, their sandwiches, they've got great wings as well. They've got it all at Old Chicago Pizza. And the Town of Woodruff starters for the Rich Rebels. So Town of Woodruff starters brought to you by Mayor Scott Sabie, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Ken Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell. Rebels will start juniors. So number 1, McKenna Stacy. Number 2, Sage Tingy. And seniors, number 5, Allie Wallenstein. Number 23, Eliana Brown. And number 32, Sydney Hatch. Rebels led by McKenna Stacy's 18.5 points and 5 rebounds per game. Stacy last night against the Saratoga Panthers, 25 points in the ballgame, 18 of those in the first half. And the Farson-Eden Pronghorns actually led by Eiley Thorin, but Eiley sprained her ankle. I think it was actually yesterday, and didn't play earlier today against Star Valley, and didn't play and won't play against the Rebels. She is their leading scorer at 18 points a game. So they'll be led by her sister, little sis, Tira Thorin, number 15, a freshman who averages 7.5 per game. Also, one other freshman starting is number 3, Aiden Shear, and then a sophomore, Shelby Matson, number 11, senior number 24, Alda Acosta, and junior number 4, Anaya Teppo. And Pronghorns, again, a good shooting team, but without their top shooter in, I keep wanting to say Eiley Thorin, their top scorer, will not be playing in today's game against Rich. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabie, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell. You've been tuned into the pregame show with Town & Country Realty Coaches Show, the Rich County 4-H Standout Student, and the Christopher Staple Family Scene Set. And we're just about to get underway. Again, Rebels in the home whites. A good crowd here today. Not a long trip for Rich County fans and a short trip for Farson-Eden fans as well. You got Farson-Eden on the left. They're the designated visiting teams. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, Farson-Eden fans on the left, most Rebel fans over to our right, down in front of us at the Canyon Elementary School for today's game. Our tip-off brought to you by Sabie Trucking. Scott and Diana Sabie wishing the Rebels the best. It's Sydney Hatch for the tip, winning it over Alda Acosta, a senior versus senior, and the Rebel senior wins it. Allie Wallenstein with it right side to Sage Tingy. McKenna Stacy in the right corner, drives past the D, pulls up and misses just short on a about 10-foot right angle jumper. Rebound pulled in by 22, not on the roster. Well, Coach changed up his starting lineup on me there right before game time, apparently. Coach Watterson had a chance to catch up with him. Great, real nice guy. Aiden Shear, left wing three. Nope, a long two, and Shear hits it. Pronghorns taken early, 2-0 lead. All right, now we've got, looks like Kelsey Thorne, or nope, Shelby Madsen defending up on the left side. Just gonna have to guess, number 22, Brandy Thorne. Rebels work it around underneath. Ellie Brown can't get the shot to go. Fights for the rebound and picks up her first personal foul. Bunny shot on the left side and just didn't get the bounce. Up the left side, Rebels putting on some pressure, almost get the takeaway. Acosta dribbles forward and got caught, traveled. Just see if I can find a 22, Tira Thorin. Okay, so I had her on my roster as number 15. Tira Thorne is number 22. Get things sorted out here. 6:43 left first quarter. Rebels trail 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And a blocking foul against the Pronghorns will send Sage Tingy to the line to shoot two. Sage second on the team in free throw attempts and about a 55% free throw shooter. Hits the first. Rebels are on the board with 6:43 left in the first quarter. Sage, 3 dribbles and fires away. Second free throw rims off. Ellie Brown, the offensive board, out to Stacy, left wing. She misses off the back of the iron from about 15 feet. Sydney Hatch on the floor, hustling for the rebound, and jump ball is the result. So Ellie Brown with the offensive board, but Rich can't capitalize. The jump ball brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Rebels pressing, trailing 2-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Inbound to Teppo. She looks and finds a lane, dribbles up across midcourt, and dishes off to Shear. Out to the left wing, 3-point shot, up and just off the right side. Stacy chases it down to the corner and lets it go out. Shelby Madsen couldn't get that 3-point shot to go for the Pronghorns, and Rich takes over. Trailing 2-1 with 6:22 left in the first. Rebel boys tonight in action at Bear Lake. We'll have the pregame at 6:30 from Montpelier here on KDQ and MyLocalRadio.com. Wallenstein left wing to Tingy. Zone defense from the Pronghorns, and the Rebels work it quickly around. Wallenstein misses the 3, too long, but Tingy has a Rebel offensive rebound. And Rich resets in the half-court offense. Inside, Wallenstein fires down through the lane, threads the needle to Sydney Hatch, who can't quite hang on to the pass. That was a hot pass, right on target, but I don't know if Hatch wasn't quite expecting it and then reacted too late. Shear against some Rebel full court, man-to-man pressure. Screen on the right wing. Rebels switch defensively. Stacy defending, and in some trouble is Shear. 5-second violation. Boy, you don't see that a whole lot, and the Pronghorns turn it over for a second time in the period. Some good defense by Rich. 5:49 left in the first. 2-1. Rebels starting slowly offensively against this Pronghorns defense that allows just 40.8 points per game. That's a pretty good defensive team. Stacy in the left corner, free throw line to Hatch. One extra pass to Tingy, and she starts to drive, but she's hit by Thorne for the foul. So Tira Thorne picks up her first personal, second team foul on the Pronghorns. I'm going to have to really keep up on who fouls because the scoreboard not putting that up there. Inside, Sydney Hatch doesn't get the shot to go and fights for the rebound. Jump ball this time, possession arrow to Rich on a Mountain Valley Cattle Company jump ball brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Rebels lob it in. Hatch at the free throw line. Bobbled it as it was tipped, but then she pulled it in. Quick shot and knocks it down from about 5 feet out in the paint. Rich takes its first lead at 3-2. Early candidate for a Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. That puts Rich on top. Down on the other end, Pronghorns travel and turn it over against that Rebel pressure. So sometimes you don't get the steal, but you force the turnover, and that's what Rich has done already twice, forcing a couple of travels. Stacy dribbles right, crosses over to her left, all the way to the hoop. Boy, she just beat everybody to the basket and scored. 5-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rich leads by 3. They go down 2-0. They're on a 5-0 run. Top of the key, Shear dribbles left, looking for a lane, doesn't get it. Wallenstein, good defense, cuts her off, but hands off to Thorne, drives, floats it, and airballs. Too strong over the top. Sydney Hatch with the Rebel rebound. Wallenstein looks for the pass, and it's deflected by Teppo, but Wallenstein gets it back. Right wing to Tingy. Farson-Eden in a man-to-man defense. Stacy fakes the 3, dribbles once to her left, pulls up and misses long. Brown rips the rebound away from Chloe Burton. And then Brown is fouled on the putback attempt. Ellie with 2 offensive boards. I'm going to have to look over Nellie Brown's shoulder and see if I get my stats right on rebounds and stuff. I will. Thank you. Ellie Brown at the line, shooting 2. And first one off the right side iron. Bounces out wide to the other side, to the left. Yeah, that mic's on. Yeah, it's live. Yeah, you better watch your language. Brown misses the there's a I'll turn the volume down a little there for you now. Brown misses the second free throw as well. It was halfway down, rattled out. 4.5 minutes left in the first. Give and go to Shear, but defense cuts her off, skips it across right wing to Quick. And then back outside, Teppo. Dribbling, Rebels in a man-to-man defense. Teppo starts left, goes back right, finds a lane, pushes it up through contact, draws the foul, missed the shot. But we'll go to the line and shoot 2. 4:13 left here in the first quarter. A defensive battle so far. Stacy's missed a couple of open shots, missed them long. Wonder if she's just feeling fresh, got some extra, got a rock star before the game maybe, got that extra energy, I don't know. First free throw off the back iron. And no good for Anaya Teppo. Gary says sometimes when you're wide open, you do what? Freak out a little bit. I freak out when I'm wide open, when I'm guarded any time with shooting the ball. 4:13 again left here in the first quarter. Rich on top, 5-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Teppo missed the first off the back iron. Second one short, and J.C. Cornea, who just checked in for Rich, pulls down the Rebel rebound. Both teams struggling at the line, 0 for 4 combined. Brown at the top of the key to Cornea. Right side, Wallenstein drives, floats, and hits off the window. Pretty shot by Allie Wallenstein. High off the glass and kissed it in from the right side. 7-2, Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard, and a Rebel foul underneath. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sage hit 1 of 2 free throws. So the Rebels 1 of 4, and the Pronghorns 0 for 3. 0 for 2, rather. Foul on, I think it was Sage Tingy. Rebel third team foul. Rich leads 7-2. Inbound to the top of the key, a long pass, and Shear pulls it in. Just a freshman. Shear dribbles to her right. Pick and roll. Ball deflected into the middle. Thorne throws it up and misses. Offensive rebound by the Pronghorns and tipped backwards. They reset at the top of the key. Madsen dribbles right. Ball poked away, and J.C. Cornea comes up with the loose ball. That's a Rich County government steal for the Rebels. T.J. McKee dribbles left, picks it up and gives to Wallenstein. A-Wall back to T.J. Wallenstein's open on the left wing. She'll step into a 3 and miss it just off the back of the iron. Stacy with the Rebel rebound. Goes out to the wing, then finds a lane and drives all the way to the hoop. Up with the right hand and in. Stacy with 4. The Rebels lead by 7. First quarter action, 3 minutes to go. Thorne, nice move. Tira to the hole, misses the shot, but she was fouled and will go to the line and shoot 2. Coach Watterson told me that last night in the Pronghorns game, who'd they play? Oh, yeah, against the KEMMERER varsity team. They went 9 of 31 from the free throw line, the Pronghorns did. They come in as a 51% free throw shooting team, but have particularly struggled last night and today, except that Thorne hits the first of 2. Tira, a freshman. Big Sis leads the team in scoring. Eiley Thorne is a sophomore, but not playing because of a sprained ankle injury. Ellie Brown, the rebound on the missed second free throw, 9-3, Rich up by 6. Brown at the top of the key, holds to Stacy, open 3 left wing. Wallenstein set the screen. Stacy hits the shot, 12-3. McKenna Stacy with the triple. And that's one of those where I wish you could give an assist to the screen player, because Wallenstein set a great screen that freed Stacy up to knock down the T7 Propane and Woodruff three-point basket. Ball loose on the left wing. Pronghorns pick it back up and maintain possession. Burton dribbles to her right. Looking inside, she switched pivot feet, passes, and it's deflected back out. Pronghorns maintain possession. Quick inside. Thorne drives, misses, and was fouled, and will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2. This foul charged to Ellie Brown. That's her second. She fouled out yesterday against Saratoga. And Thorne hits the first. It bounced off the heel of the basket, up and then straight down through the net. 12-4, Rich leads on the Station on Main scoreboard. 2:16 left, first quarter. Rebels at 10-2, Pronghorns at 5-5 on the season. Second one, back iron and straight down through. Good shot by Thorne. 12-5, the Rebel lead drops to 7. TJ McKee on the right wing. Up top, Hatch. Back to Stacy on the right wing. Drives through and traveled. Ball was poked away. She didn't have possession when she took that second step. I must have misseen something there. Rebels turn it over for a third time in the quarter. Pronghorns confused. Teppo tied her shoe and then headed up court. Her teammates say, hey, wait, Anaya, you need to receive the inbound pass. On the right wing, Quick in some trouble. Ball poked away off of Rich. Farson-Eden basketball in the corner. Stacy with 7 points. The Rebels lead 12-5 with just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Long pass across to Teppo at the top of the key from down in the corner. Pass inside. Thorne tries to go into the middle, and Sydney Hatch steps in front for the Rich County Government steal. Rich County Government, Rebels with a championship cause. Stacy takes it the other end, lays it up, and just misses. Rebound tipped clear out to midcourt. Hatch fighting for it with Teppo, and the Pronghorns tip it backcourt. Stacy tracks it down, and Rich will have a chance to reset and run another play. Stacy across the timeline, screened by TJ. McKenna gives it to McKee. Back to McKenna. Dribbles to her right, then to Cornea. Right baseline jumper, just off target from 15 feet. Sydney Hatch, the offensive rebound, and she's pushed, trying to get a shot off. Kendall Staple in the game, along with Cornea, McKee, Hatch, and Stacy. 1:17 left to go in the first. Stacy to inbound from the baseline. Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Finds Hatch in the corner to Staple, back to Stacy. Fakes the defense, dribbles once to her right, misses the shot. TJ with the offensive board, short on the putback. Staple the offensive board, short on the putback. And Staple another offensive rebound, and she's fouled on the putback attempt. Coach Watterson tells his team, ladies, we got to box out. 1:05 left first quarter, and Kendall Staple at the line, shooting 2 free throws. Kendall has attempted 4 varsity free throws on my stat book, and she's 2 for 4. Misses the first, back iron. One more free throw coming. The Bear Lake Realty line. Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. Staples second, halfway down, pops out. And the rebound pulled in by Brandy. Or is that Kelsey Thorne? That's Kelsey, number 45, into the game. McKee really pressuring out high on Shear. She just gets it away, and a travel for Anaya Teppo. Rebels have forced 6 Farson-Eden turnovers in this first quarter. And that's a big part of Rich leading 12-5, because offensively, Rich missing a lot of open shots. They've not been very efficient on the offensive side. Staple looks right, goes back left. McKee tries to find a lane, nothing there, so she backs it out and gives the Staple at the top of the key. Kendall, left corner, Wallenstein for 3. No, over the top air ball. But J.C. Corney, the offensive rebound, back inside. McKee dribbles the baseline, kicks it up top to Wallenstein. Awal dribbling to her right, shoots back to her, dribbling back to her left, misses, but Hatch with the offensive board. And her putback is good. Credit McKee keeping that alive initially. And then Hatch with the bucket. Right wing three, missed. Cornea, nice box out, and the rebound. And time expires in the first quarter with Rich on top, 14-5 on the station on main scoreboard. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with second quarter action on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Underway in the second quarter. Rebels on top 14-5. Left baseline jumper, short air ball. J.C. Cornea, Rebel rebound. Rich with the lead. And I just missed what happened. Was that Wallenstein? TJ? McKee started to go out, then fooled the defense, went back in, drove it in, and laid it up and in. Pass into the middle, a lot of traffic, and Thorne can't get the shot to go. Wallenstein with the Rebel rebound. Her first, up ahead to McKee. TJ with 2 points and a pair of rebounds. Hatch high on the left wing to Wallenstein. Left corner, left open for three. Puts it up and misses off the back iron. Rebound knocked away from Cornea, out of bounds. Rebel ball. Rebels just 1 of 6 from the free throw line in that first quarter. McKee on the left wing, dribbles left, drives baseline again, puts it up and floats it in. 18-5, McKee with 2 straight buckets. And that pushes Rich up by 13. Shear, left side. Hands off to Sydney Hatch. I don't know if Sydney just grabbed it. Bodies were blocking my view of it, but Rebels just take it away. Up ahead to Staple, and good defense. They recovered quickly and took it away, or blocked the shot. And then a jump ball on the rebound, Rebel basketball. Mountain Valley Cattle Company jump ball, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Staple forced that jump ball. Stacy inbounds. Cornea to Hatch, right side. 5-foot angle jumper, miss. Staple offensive board, but she can't get the putback to go. Kendall with a handful of rebounds on the offensive glass. Down in the right corner, Farson-Eden with Acosta inside to Thorne, and she's fouled on the shot attempt. Misses the shot, but we'll go back to the line where she's got 3 points today. Sydney Hatch with the first personal foul, I believe. That's a Rebel 16 foul in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. 6:18 left to go. Free throw by Thorne, good. Tira averages 7 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5, almost 2 steals per game. Thorne, a second free throw coming. Sage Tingy checks back in for Rich, and Thorne swishes that one through. 18-7. Rebels lead by 11. Tingy to Brown at the top of the key. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone from Farson-Eden. Rebels see this a lot from some Southern teams and others. Left corner, Wallenstein open three. Nope, off the back iron. Hatch the offensive rebound for Rich. Rich works it around to Tingy in the right corner, and then up top to Stacy again. Brown, Wallenstein, left corner, lobs inside and throws it away. Good read by Thorne to step in front and take that pass away for the Pronghorns. Thorne double dribbles as she heads up court. Pressure was coming. She saw a passing lane. It closed quickly, and she double dribbled. Wallenstein, Tingy, Stacy, Hatch, and Brown on the floor. Your Rebel starters in this game. 5:45 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Wallenstein left corner. Stacy wanted the three, but defense got to her. Brown at the free throw line, back out to AWOL. Right wing, Tingy. Holding. Free throw line to Hatch. Ball poked away, but Wallenstein's there at midcourt. Tingy right side to the corner. Stacy kicks it up top. Hatch at the free throw line. Jumper is short. Rebound, Ellie Brown rips it away. Bounces back outside. It was deflected right back to Brown, who was on one knee and stood up as she picked up the ball, and so that's a travel. 18-7. Rebels with 5 turnovers in this first quarter. This is good practice for them. The 1-3-1 zone defense, I think, has been one that's given them trouble. We saw that against Bryce Valley, and that was one of their lower scoring outputs of the season. Wallenstein has the ball poked away, and she touched it last, deflected out of bounds after Rich got the steal and gives it right back. But that 1-3-1 zone really gave Rich some trouble against Bryce Valley, and you can see it's giving them trouble today. 18 points. Despite a bunch of offensive rebounds in the lane. Hatch holds strong, but Kiana Cleveland gets the shot to go. On the inbound play, Farson-Eden has cut it to a 9-point game. Wallenstein travels. That's 4 Rebel turnovers here in the second quarter. Farson-Eden hanging in. Stacy's Repair second quarter. Shear and the Pronghorns attacking left to right at mylocalradio.com, and a moving screen or an illegal screen. That'll go against Tira Thorne. 5th or 6th team foul on the Pronghorns. Stacy across the timeline to the right side. Bounces to Wallenstein. Tingy looking inside. They've got Hatch. The pass too long, and the Rebels turn it over for a 5th time in the quarter. Stacy hounding Shear as she crosses the timeline. McKenna pokes it away from behind to Brown. Up ahead to Stacy. McKenna goes to the hoop, hits it, and she's fouled from behind. Alda Acosta, the personal foul, and Stacy with a chance for the and one. McKenna, 9 points in the game. Can make it 10. The Rebels just 1 of 6 from the free throw line in this contest so far. Bear Lake Realty free throw coming. 4:30 left to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. McKenna's free throw short, bounces around, and no good. Rebound pulled in by Shear of Farson-Eden. So Rich continues to struggle from the free throw line. 1 of 7. Sage Tingy hit her first attempt, and Rich has missed 6 straight since. Top of the key, Acosta, left wing. Gives to Burton, and the pressure on her causes a travel. Farson-Eden with 11 turnovers already in the game. Rich with 8 of their own, leading 20-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Wallenstein, right corner, Cornea. Up top to Tingy. Around to Brown. Rebels. Tingy drives, misses the shot from the right side, but Ellie Brown with the offensive rebound. Rebels work it back around to Wallenstein in the corner. Inside Tingy, double team comes. She steps into pressure and one too many steps, traveled. A 6th Rebel turnover of the quarter. 3:44 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. See what kind of adjustments Rich can make. That may be key today. Again, the LSR refrigerated adjustment of the game. At the top of the key, Quick drives to the right side, gets to the high block, and then kicks it back outside. Along to a high arc. Kiana Cleveland swishes it through. She has 4 points. And Farson-Eden cuts it to a 9-point game. Stacy drives, dishes back to Wallenstein. Missed 3 from the right wing, and the Rebels foul on the rebound. Cleveland pulled it in, and a couple of Rebels bumped her. I just missed who they said the foul was against. J.C. Cornea. That would be her first. The Rebel 7th team foul will send Cleveland to the line to shoot 1-1. Rich struggling from outside. I talked with Coach Lundgren about that earlier this week, when those shots aren't falling from outside and how tough it is for them often to get going anywhere else. And he said, well, you know, that's basketball. If a team is struggling from outside, it's really tough to get going anywhere else as well for anybody. Air ball on the free throw, so Cleveland misses and Rich inbounds. Wallenstein, 3:12 left in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Rich leading 20-11. Wallenstein on the right wing to Staple, left corner. Stacey wanted the three. Steps forward, dribbles forward, step back, and the three-pointer around and pops out somehow. The Rebels just can't find a bucket from beyond the arc. Stacey hit one in the first quarter. Ball in the middle, Rebels block it. Coach Watterson wanted a foul, didn't get it. Stacey up ahead to Cornea. She bobbles it and then shoots it. She was able to gather it just in time, put it up and in off the window. 22-11 after that fast break point. Rebels pressuring out high on the perimeter, and that yields another turnover. 7 in the quarter for Farson-Eden. Stacey ahead to Brown. She can't miss it, or can't hit the shot. Cornea knocks the rebound away from Farson-Eden out of bounds. Chased it, but couldn't quite get to it in time. Brown frustrated with herself, but Coach Lundgren gives her a low five and says, good job, Ellie. 22-11, Rebels up by 11 on the station on main scoreboard. 2:22 left in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Rich with just 8 points in the quarter and another double dribble. 8 turnovers in the quarter for Farson-Eden. Coach Watterson, when I talked with him earlier, he talked about the inexperience of his team that has caused them issues already, and we're seeing that here. Staple, a long pass for Wallenstein. She cut in just as Staple released it and couldn't adjust. Rebels can't chalk up 7 turnovers to lack of experience, just some sloppy play. 7 turnovers in the quarter. Tepo gets a little lackadaisical, and she got past Stacey, but McKenna caught her and poked it away from behind for a Rich County government steal. Stacey, right corner. Wallenstein misses over the top on a long 2, and Cleveland with the rebound. Rebels double team. Cornea rips it away, and a timeout for Coach Watterson. He must have got that timeout before Cornea ripped that away. 1:53 left to go in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. We'll take a quick comprehensive family dental timeout on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacey's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacey's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacey's Repair, the ones who truly care.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Farson-Eden got in a little bit of trouble there, and Kendall Staple came up with a Rich County government steal. 10 turnovers in the quarter for the Pronghorns. TJ McKee, left angle 3, knocks it down with a swish. There's that three-point shooting. The Rebels, they've attempted 10 or 12 of them and hit just 2 now with that swish from TJ. T7 Propane in Woodruff, 3-point basket, puts Rich on top 25-11, and the Rebels force another turnover. That's 11 in the quarter and 17 in the game by my tally. That's quickly becoming the story. It's the Pronghorns' inability to take care of the ball. 14-point Rebel lead, and Pronghorns with 11 turnovers in this second quarter. McKee to Tingy on the left wing. Rebels eating up some clock. 60 seconds to go in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. McKee fakes a shot, dribbles to the free throw line, out to Tingy for the left wing 3. Back iron, no. Cornea rebounds it, double team, kicks it back outside and around to Stacey right wing for the 3. Back iron, too long. And the rebound pulled in by Kelsey Thorne. And she's tied up for a jump ball. Oh, yeah. Stacey ties her up for a jump ball. Another Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Well, the Rebels struggling from beyond the arc on T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointers, but they're getting some points down in the paint. Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint, helping Rebels get back in the game since 1998. McKee catches up and kicks a pass back out toward the perimeter, out of bounds. 38 seconds in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Pronghorns inbound, down to the baseline. Corbin Hay back up top. Stacy tips it. Teppo and Stacy chase it down to the corner, and they get tied up for a jump ball. This one will go to Rich. Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. So Rich will set up on the baseline for Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play with 31 seconds to go in the second quarter. 25-11. Stacy inbounds to McKee. Right wing, back to Stacy. Open in the corner. Three-point shot. Buries it. 28-11. Rebels were struggling to get that T7 Propane and Woodruff three-point shooting going, but boy, they've hit 2 in a row. I think 2 in 3 possessions. To the left wing, Hay. Dribbles around the top and gives to Cleveland. Back left wing, Teppo. One dribble, lobs into the middle, and Tingey with the Rich County government steal with 2-1. Tingey fouled right before the buzzer, sandwiched between 2 Pronghorns, and Sage will get a couple of free throws to end first half action. Anaya Teppo, the guilty party with the foul, and Sage Tingey will get a clear lane and shoot 2. Sage opened the scoring for Rich with a free throw. First Bear Lake Realty free throw. A flat rope, tight rope that was short. Came off her hand a little bit funny. Maybe. Second one, adjusts, but still doesn't hit. And at the end of the first half, Rich leads 28-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. This second quarter has been brought to you by Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care about you and your vehicle. We'll take a quick break, and we've got your halftime show coming up on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the 3rd year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Welcome to the halftime show. The Rebels and the Farson-Eden Pronghorns, and Rich on top 28-11. Rebels forced 18 Pronghorn turnovers in that first half, and that is probably the main reason that Farson-Eden only scored 11 points in the first half. Rich, not I mean, they were much better. 10 turnovers in the first half and 28 points. But it's obvious Rich is a better team, and a big part of that, obviously, taking care of the basketball. But a 28-11 score at the half. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with some Town of Randolph first half highlights on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Berg Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Rebel just made a basket. What's your granddaughter's name, Gary? London. She'll be doing that in about 10 years for the Rebels. That was pretty cool. Here at the half, the Rebels lead 28-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. To me, at least, the overarching or the big story in the first half was Farson-Eden didn't take care of the basketball. 18 turnovers. And was talking with John Watterson, coach of the Pronghorns, before the game, and he said, we're young, we're inexperienced, they don't have much experience in the varsity level, and that in this game is manifesting itself in those turnovers. And Rich, of course, a team that likes to put a lot of pressure, especially on the perimeter, and prevent teams from getting into their half-court sets, and that has been the biggest problem, I think, for Farson-Eden in this game. Rich led by McKenna Stacy's 12 points and Taylor McKee 7 points, all in the second quarter. These first half highlights are brought to you by the Town of Randolph, Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Other scores for Rich: 4 points from Sydney Hatch, 2 apiece from Allie Wallenstein and J.C. Cornea, and then Sage Tingy with a single free throw. As for Farson-Eden, they were led by Tira Thorne's 5, Kiana Cleveland's 4, and Aiden Shear had 2. And that's it. The Rebels just 1 of 8 from the free throw line in the first half, and Farson-Eden 5 of 9 at the free throw line, and both teams out ready to go with second half action, so they cut halftime short, and they're going to get things going. So our apologies to some of our sponsors: Town & Country Realty, Rolene Kennedy, Rich High School, the Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan as well. Our halftime highlights are brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board member Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. Rebels have it to start Epic Recreation third quarter action. Stacy left wing to Tingy. Brown, Hatch, and Wallenstein also on the floor. Tingy left corner gives to Brown. Back up top and around. Wallenstein right corner to Stacy. Pronghorns in a zone defense. Rebels work it up top, and Tingy travels. She knew it as soon as she did it, because she gave that look. Hoped, I think, for just a fraction of a second she wouldn't get called for it, but these officials have been on top of it today. 7.5 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Bounce into the middle. Pronghorns almost lost it, but get it back. Teppo, she gets away with the travel. She just did the same thing Tingy did. Didn't get called for it. Shot from the right baseline off the side of the glass. Rebel rebound. Up ahead, Wallenstein to the rack and gets it to go. Allie Wallenstein makes it 30-11. Perfect pass from Stacy from left side of the court to the right side of the court. And that's a candidate for your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. That fast break bucket. Left wing, three-point shot by Shear off the back iron, and Brown has another Rebel rebound. Eliana hasn't scored, but I've got her with 6 rebounds in the game. Quickly up court, Wallenstein, right wing three, too strong over the top, and Shear has the Pronghorns rebound. And Shear tied up by Stacy for a jump ball. Coach Watterson Wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Mount Valley Cattle Company jump ball instead, gives it to Farson-Eden. Up court, Wallenstein pokes the ball, a pass away. It was intended for Shelby Madsen, out of bounds, and Pronghorns keep possession. 6:27 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter, 30-11. Rebels on top by 19. Rebel JV team got a big win. Stacy steps in front, Rich County Government steal. It's a 2-on-1. McKenna takes it to the hole, can't get the shot to go, but she's fouled, and Aiden Shearer will pick up her, I've got that as her second personal. McKenna Stacy goes to the line to shoot 2, where the Rebels have struggled today. 1 of 8 from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Stacy toes the line. She'll shoot 2. And misses short on the front end. Stacy, a 72% free throw shooter coming into the weekend, but she's 0 for 2 so far in this game. Second Bear Lake Realty free throw, up and in. Swishes that one through. 31-11. Rich leads by 20. Stacy has 13 points. And we're in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Shear, Stacy putting on some full court pressure just on her own. The rest of the Rebels back, set up in the half court defense. Pass into the inside, and Sydney Hatch, good clean reach over to poke it away out of bounds and prevent Alda Costa from receiving the pass. On the baseline, Anaya Teppo to inbound, goes inside. Thorne dribbles once to her right, shoots, misses, but she was fouled, and Hatch will pick up her second or third personal. I know I'm behind on foul count. They haven't been putting it up on the scoreboard, and I haven't been good enough to keep up. So at the line goes Tira Thorne. She had 5 points in the first half, all from the free throw line, and gets the shooter's roll on this first attempt. She also was leaning forward, had to swing her arms around to keep from falling over the line and getting a lane violation. Second free throw, back iron, high pop. Brown tips it to Wallenstein, quickly ahead to Stacy. McKenna to the left wing, stopped there. Good defense from Teppo. Stacy hesitates, drives, dishes back out to Brown, and then she'll kick it again to McKenna. 31-12, Rebels lead. Brown in the right corner, back up top to Wallenstein. Across to Stacy, left wing 3, back of the basket, back of the iron, and rebound tipped out, pulled in by Acosta of Farson-Eden. Thorne gets up to the timeline, passes to Shear, dribbles left, back to Thorne on the right wing. Good one-handed catch to keep possession of that. Inside to Acosta, down on the right baseline, up top, long, tough pass, not a great one at the feet of Teppo. It bounces right back into Wallenstein's hands, and she takes it over. 20th turnover of the game for Farson-Eden. Stacy on the right wing. 5:15 left in the Epic Recreation third. Tingy down left corner. Stacy bounces inside. Ooh, a great pass. Hatch had her defender sealed to the outside. If Hatch can pull that pass in, it's an easy bucket, but pass just a little too far out in front for her. On the other end, Farson-Eden misses a shot. Brown pulls down her 4th rebound of the quarter. Stacy dribbles left, back right to Wallenstein. A-Wall gives again to McKenna. McKenna looks left and gives to Tingy. On the wing, down left corner, Wallenstein thought about a shot, instead drives in, dishes free throw line to Brown. Rebels work it around to the right side, then left side to Tingy. Sage fakes the shot, drives. She did the same thing. She got called for the travel. Is that what you just said? Gary running camera, Gary McKee of Bear Lake Realty. And I thought Tingy just got away with the travel, but earns the foul and a trip to the free throw line where she's 1 of 4 so far in the game. Rebels just 2 of 10. And the woes continue. Boy, if this was a close game, I'd be a little more concerned. This is an aberration more than the norm. Rich comes in shooting 64% as a team from the free throw line. And the second one, I think it was Lundgren. Did he say, there you go, as it was halfway down and rolled back out? So Tingy can't get either one to go. But something that can keep happening, a steal. Stacy goes to the hole and misses. She's having, I'm sure be the first to say, not having a good shooting day, but getting it done in other areas. The Rich County Government steal there moments ago. Rich County Government, Rebels with a championship cause, and Stacy, these aren't Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint, but near the paint. Bear Lake Realty free throws. Stacy at the line, in and out. My goodness. McKenna, again, came in as a 72% free throw shooter, and she's one of 6 in this contest. Rebels just lit on the basket when they're at that free throw line, and probably becomes even more mental now as they think, man, what is going on? Stacy hits the second, 32-12. Zach McKee claps, and that was it. 4:17 left to go. Kind of a dead crowd, Gary. What's going on? Left corner. Madsen shoots the three, and that one rims in and out. Thorne the offensive rebound, and Tira gets her first field goal of the game. Quickly to the other end, Sage Tingey finishes. Rebels on a quick, fast break get the bucket and lead again by 20. Tingey with her first field goal. Under 4 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. 34-14, Rich with the lead. On the left wing, quick, up top, Stacy steps in front. Rich County Government steal to the other end. Layup is good. 36-14, and Coach Watterson wants a timeout. 3:33 left to go in the Epic Recreation third. We'll take a quick timeout as well, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl providing quality family dentistry since 1997.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Allie Wallenstein, and you're tuned into Rebel Basketball on KDQ FM 98.3 and on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Stacy with another steal, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. 36-14, Rebels on top. Wallenstein, right corner to Stacy. McKenna one dribble. Rebels working around the arc to Tingey on the left wing. Bounce back to Wallenstein, and then again quickly back to Tingey, left corner. Stacy thought about the three, instead skips it across to AWOL in the lane, drives through with one dribble and up off the window and in. Pretty play, 38-14. Fantastic ball movement by the Rebels on that possession. And that's another candidate for the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Another takeaway. Wallenstein, the long baseball pass, touchdown to Stacy for the two. There's another candidate for the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. Wallenstein, the steal, the fire up ahead. That was a long pass by AWOL. On the right wing, quick. Gets it away. Almost lost back court by Burton. Up to the right corner. And a shot. Tingey got a hand on it. Blocked and then deflected out of bounds off of the pronghorns. In come a couple of substitutions. Stacy, Brown, and Tingey get a breather. Staple, Cornea, and TJ McKee into the game. And is this a timeout? A problem on substitution? Officials discussing with Cody Lundgren about who's in, who's out, what's going on. Or is it miss substitution? Oh, a player in there who was not on the roster. That's a 31. And TJ McKee gets a couple of technical free throws. That's McKee hits the first. She's got 8 points. There's the problem. They just haven't had the right girls at the free throw line. TJ, I shouldn't have said that. But McKee did just hit 2 free throws, and the team prior to those free throws was struggling from the line. Just 2 of 13, I think, or 3 of 13. She's 100% today. McKee this season, 80% free throw shooter. McKee in the left corner. Rebels leading 42-14 with the basketball. So 31 just checked in. That's Brandy Thorin, and she was not on the roster to start the game. Wallenstein misses the 3. Cornea offensive rebound, put back in. J.C. Cornea with 4 points, 44-14.
Rebels up by 30. Get to 40, and it's a running clock the rest of the way. A mercy rule in Wyoming. Left corner, Thorin holds, skips it up top. McKee with an easy steal. Steps in front for the Rich County government steal. TJ goes the other end, and she's fouled. Kiana Cleveland, the freshman, picks up her second. TJ goes back to the line to shoot two. Couple Bear Lake Realty free throws coming. Rebel boys tonight in action at Bear Lake. A tough one after last night's loss against Westside. 71-57. Rebels kept pace pretty well with a very good offensive team in the Westside Pirates. McKee, back iron, down through. TJ has 10. That's, I think, a varsity career high. She's gotten into the 20s, 20, I think 22, 25 points in JV action. Second free throw, halfway down, pops out, and Thorne, the rebound. Good hustle by Kelsey Thorne, the junior. She'll dribble a couple of times. 45-14, Rich on top on the Station on Main scoreboard. 1:15 left to go. And here's another Rich County government steal. Mackenzie Smith stepped in front. She's immediately fouled. And Rich will inbound from the sideline. Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Boy, Rich County government steals. Rebels of the championship cause huge today. That's 25 Farson-Eden turnover. Smith for three, right corner. Yes! Mackenzie Smith in on the action with a T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointer. 48-14. Maybe your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. That's Mackenzie's first three-point shot in varsity action. 1:01 left to go. Her percentage 100. She should not shoot another three as a Rebel. 100% three-point shooter. Out of bounds off the Rebels. Farson-Eden with the ball to inbound. They go right corner to Hay. Rebels with a younger lineup except for Sydney Hatch and Kendall Staple. Pass goes back court. Anaya Tempo out of bounds. Rebel basketball. Staple, McKee, Schultez. That's Amanda Schultez who just checked in. And TJ finds Mackenzie Smith all by herself underneath. She missed, but Sydney Hatch cleans up and puts it in off the glass. 50-14. Rebels on top by 36. I was going through the lineup. Rebels have McKee, Staple, Hatch, Smith, and Schultez on the floor. Pass to the right corner. Great effort by Corbin Hay to try and save that, but couldn't get to it. And Rebels take over on the ninth turnover of the quarter from Farson-Eden. McKee up across the timeline. Rebels attacking left to right. Top of the key. TJ for three. Yes, swishes through. 53-14. Rebels up by 29. And McKee has 13. Time running down in the Epic Recreation third quarter. On the right wing. Skipped across left side to Brandy Thorne. Freshman kicks it left wing and to Teppo. Down in the corner. Hay back to Teppo. Inside, Thorne has her man sealed. She gets the pass, shoots, and she's fouled with 9 seconds left in the Epic Recreation third. Good seal by Kelsey Thorne, and she earns a trip to the free throw line. Tira Thorne, cousin of Kelsey Thorne, leads the Farson-Eden Pronghorns with 8 points in the game. Kelsey's first shot attempt at the free throw line misses off the right side iron. Kelsey, the second free throw attempt, and misses short. Didn't catch iron, so dead ball, Rebel basketball. And one thing I should mention again is that the Pronghorns playing with two of their regular starters who have injuries and not playing in today's game. Right corner, Mackenzie Smith fakes the three, drives in, puts it up. As the buzzer sounds, she hits it, and she's fouled. And Mackenzie Smith with a chance for the three-point play to end third quarter action. So Smith gets the empty lane and shoots a Bear Lake Realty free throw. That's going to put us into mercy rule running clock circumstances. Mackenzie Smith misses the free throw short, but Rich leads 55-14 at the end of quarter number 3. We'll take a quick break and be back with fourth quarter. This has been the Epic Recreation third quarter on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
in the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Smith on the right baseline, fakes a shot, fakes another and travels. Rebels with a 27-point third quarter. They had scored 28 through the first two quarters, and just a monster third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation for all your rentals in Bear Lake. Visit epicrecreation.net. Left baseline, nice little shot by Aiden Shear. One dribble, puts it up with the left and in. 55-16. Rebels lead by 39 and turn it over. Rich had just 2 turnovers in the third quarter. That was a big part of that 27-point run. Free throw line jumper, a bit too long, but the offensive rebound, left wing, angle jumper by Shelby Matson, missed, and a foul on the rebound. Foul to Alda Acosta, one of the few seniors, actually the only senior on this Farson-Eden Pronghorns team. Rebels with a big lead, some younger players in there. You've got Taylor Cornea, Kendall Staple. They're going to decide if this is a 7th team foul. Who's shooting the 1-and-1? Who was fouled? Annie says, yeah, that was Amanda Schultez. The officials say, no, I think Kendall Staple. So Kendall kind of walks up to the free throw line. Okay, I'll shoot him. She's 0 for 2 so far in the game. That was 1-and-1. Yeah. Yep, they just keep it running. Kendall misses short on the free throw attempt. The Bear Lake Realty free throw line. The Rebels just 6 of 22. Yuck. Schultez with a steal. Speaking of yuck, that is 28 turnovers for Farson-Eden in the ballgame, and probably 20 of those are Rich County government steals. Rebels almost turn it right back over, but hold on. Brittany Lamborn checks in. So it's Lamborn, Cornea, Smith, Peart, and Schultez on the floor. Smith to inbound. Crawford Trough and Randolph inbound play. Cornea bounces back inside looking for Smith and throws it to the defense. Acosta read that well and stepped in front just as Cornea made that pass. Let me get the Station on Main scoreboard back up there if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Shelby Matson, left wing, into the middle. Cornea almost took it away, but Teppo holds on, dribbles to her right toward the hoop, and she's fouled. This is going to be a quick fourth quarter as clock runs. Once the team gets to that 40-point lead or above the 40-point lead, they just keep the clock running even if it goes back down below 40, as it is now a 39-point game. That's right. That's right. Game's going to be over in 5 minutes and 3 seconds of actual time. Left corner, long shot by Matson. No, rebound tipped around, pulled in by Thorne, and she puts it up and in. Tira Thorne with her second field goal has 10 points in the game. Schultez looking to get it in. Pressure comes, so she throws a baseball pass ahead to Peart. Good heads up by Peart to get back, and Schultez to make a good pass and avoid the 5-second violation. Cornea to the top of the key. Man-to-man defense. No, it's a 1-3-1. And Cornea travels. Rebel 4th turnover of the quarter. Into the game, Ambria Lutz and Maddie Weston. Rebels all a younger lineup in there. Cornea, Lutz, Weston, Peart, and Lamborn on the floor. Just over 4 minutes left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Quick picks up the dribble. This Rebel JV squad beat KEMMERER's JV 59-18 on this same floor right before this game started. A whistle and a foul. I didn't see what it was, but Kiana Cleveland called for the foul. Rebels take a full timeout, 3:56 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebel starters likely done. McKenna Stacy 18 points. That's right at her average. And puts her at close to 850 points in her career as a Rebel. And Rebels with a big lead on the Farson-Eden Pronghorns, 55-18. Farson-Eden playing without two of their regular starters. Were injured this weekend, and they've got conference play starting next week. So they're making sure those girls are ready to go for next week. Inbound was poked away and poked away again off of Ambria Lutz. Farson-Eden with a little bit younger lineup in there as well. Corbin Hay and Amanda Weaver, a junior, getting her first action of this game. Dribbles to her left. That's quick. Pick and roll. Thorne to Weaver. Shot goes. Weaver with the bucket. Amanda Weaver gets a big cheer from the bench as her baseline jumper hit the opposite side of the rim, up high, bounce, and dropped in. Rebels go inside. Annie Peart answers from the right block, 57-20. What's that? Assist to Brittany Lamborn, thanks. Peart, Rich County Government steal on a lazy pass. Goes to the other end, and she's fouled by Kiana Cleveland, and I've got that as Cleveland's fourth. Seventh team foul. Doesn't matter because Peart was in the act of shooting, so Annie will take a couple of free throws. Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Rebels in the game, just 6 of 24 at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. 6 of 25 as Peart can't get the first to go. Getting to the free throw line, just not hitting those shots. The Rebels, it's a surprise. It's strange. They're a 64% free throw shooting team this season. Peart swishes the second one through, has 3 points in the game, and the Rebel lead is 58-20. Up across the timeline, goes quick. Dribbles left, Rebels pressuring way out high, and they force a turnover. Mad Dog Maddie Weston picks it up and goes ahead for Lutz. Pass a little too strong. Lutz couldn't hold on to it. Turned back over. Then Lamborn comes back, deflects a pass away, but out of bounds. So Rich getting sloppy here in this fourth quarter. 4, make it 5 turnovers. But I've got Farson-Eden with 30 turnovers in the ball game to 20 points. And you can credit, I would say 20 of those are Rebel steals, the Rich County Government steals. Speaking of which, there's another one. Rich County Government steal. Taylor Cornea comes up with it, hands off to Lutz, and the Rebels push up to the left side. Lamborn, long 2 from the left wing, just misses off the iron, and the rebound chased down in the corner by Pronghorns' Kiana Cleveland. 1:15 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Our camera today brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Lutz with another Rich County Government steal. Ambria drives, floats, just misses strong off the window, but Lamborn there for the offensive board and the putback. And Brittany Lamborn has her first points of the day, 60-20. Rich leads by 40 points. Coach Lundgren calls off the Dogs, says girls back off a bit, and Coach Watterson takes a timeout. That should stop the clock, shouldn't it? Oh, there it does, stop at 42. And that brings us to a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service.
They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
A quick game today. We've got 42 seconds left. A running clock. Not quite running coming out of the timeout. Then it starts running. That timeout was brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1997. On the left wing with the Rebels on top 60 to 20 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And they force another turnover. That's 32 takeaways, or 32 turnovers for Farson-Eden in this game. And that's been their problem. Lamborn, right corner, lobs inside. Peart back to Brittany. Rebels working it around. Not too much concern about getting a shot off here. It's just running out the final 9 seconds of the game. Lamborn back up top. Cornea, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. Gives off to Lutz. 3, 2, 1. And the Rebels win 60 to 20 on the Station on Main scoreboard over the Farson-Eden Pronghorns without a couple of their starters, but still a dominant win for Rich to improve to 11-2. Tell you more about it on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap in our post-game coverage. This fourth quarter has been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
This is Rich Rebel Senior, Allie Wallenstein, and you're tuned into Rebel Basketball on KDQ FM 98.3 and on mylocalradio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer, or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Welcome to the post-game show. A dominant victory for the Rich Rebel girls in a game against the Farson-Eden Pronghorns. Without a couple of their starters, Rebels dominate. I'll tell you more about it now on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. That's Jimmy John's. And so the Rebels 2-0 in the Fossil Classic on Friday, wins over Little Snake River and Farson-Eden. Then Saturday, the Rebels battling the Farson-Eden Pronghorns, and Rich had no trouble. They struggled a little bit initially and didn't shoot well from the free throw line, but outscored the Pronghorns 14-5 in the first quarter. By halftime, the Rebels had forced 18 turnovers and led 28-11. Then a monstrous third quarter. Rebels scored 27 in the third, including a handful of three-pointers by TJ McKee, and Mackenzie Smith hit one as well. And Rich built its lead to 55-14 by the end of the third. And then Farson-Eden actually outscored Rich 6-5 in the fourth quarter, but it was such a big lead by then it didn't matter. And Rich wins 60-20. Rebels were led by 18 points from McKenna Stacy. Taylor McKee has her career high as a sophomore, 13 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Rebels scored, and Rich runs away with a 60-20 win over the Pronghorns from Farson-Eden. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich, Jimmy John's. Rebels just 29%, 7 of 24 from the free throw line in that game. That'll have to be better in closer games against better teams, and I'm sure it will be. All right, stay tuned. We'll have a quick post-game show and your McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game, Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet Shot and Play of the Game, plus the LSR Refrigerated Adjustment of the Game coming up when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
We got Rebel boys tonight at Bear Lake, so I'm going to wrap this thing up real quick and run through the adjustment of the game brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. LSR Refrigerated in Garden City. The Wallenstein clan wish the Rebels good luck. Adjustment was from the second quarter to the third quarter. The Rebels had turned it over 7 times in the second, scored 14 points. In the third, they turned it over twice, hit some more free throws, hit more of their shots in general, and scored 27 points in that third quarter. That was a huge adjustment, and taking care of the ball and then just executing the offense better. It was, I think, of a bit of an adjustment on like intensity and just taking the game seriously. Rather than overlooking this Farson-Eden team, and that made a huge difference on the scoreboard. And that's your LSR Refrigerated Adjustment of the Game, brought to you by the Wallenstein clan, wishing the Rebels good luck. All right, jumping forward in our post-game coverage, the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game, and that came in the third quarter. In fact, our McKay Frankham Play of the Game and the Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet Play of the Game, very similar plays. One early in the third quarter, Rebels were ahead 30-11. McKenna Stacy got a steal, fast break up ahead to Allie Wallenstein. It was a long pass. Wallenstein finished for the basket. Play of the game, brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services. And later on in that third quarter, the Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet Play of the Game. Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealer. It was almost the same thing, but Wallenstein got the steal. Long football pass ahead to McKenna Stacy, who caught it and finished for the basket. Made it 42-14 at that point. And so that was a nice play. A great pass from Wallenstein to Stacy. And the Rolling Kennedy Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game, torn between Sydney Hatch's shot to get the scoring or the first field goal of the game for Rich to put them on top 3-2, or they never looked back, held the lead the rest of the way, or Kinsey Smith's three-point shot late in the third quarter to put Rich up 48-14. I guess I'll let you take your pick between those two for the Rolling Kennedy shot of the game. That'll wrap things up here from the Fossil Classic and the Canyon Elementary School in Kemmerer. We've got to pack all the equipment up. I got to get over to Bear Lake, Montpelier, and get ready for the boys' game against the Bears. So, once again, our final score on today's station on main scoreboard: Rebels 60, Farson-Eden 20. Join us later this afternoon or this evening. Our pregame, I hope, will start at 6:30 from Montpelier, Idaho, and Bear Lake High School. For our videographer today, Gary McKee, our producer, Alyssa McDaniel back in the studio. I'm Ryan Steineckert, and we'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Evanston Regional Hospital, Plains Tire of Evanston, by Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, The Store, by the Come On In of Casper, Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elin Olive, the Bridger Valley's Jake Hibbard, and production group Preston Bush, AJ Lamb, and Alyssa McDaniel. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. And like mylocalradio.com on Facebook to stay up to date with game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ-FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until next time.